Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have some polishes from Vixen Lacquers by Karyn Jenius. I'll link her storefront and social media down below. These polishes are sponsored, which means I was paid to do this review, but I will never give a false positive review. I'm really excited to be a part of this campaign. Karyn really believes in empowering women through nail polish. As silly as it sounds, I found that's also true in my life. I've gotten a lot more self-confident as I've gotten the skill of making my nails pretty. And I love being able to share that with people. I will not be stamp testing these today. I don't think they would particularly perform well as stampers. I have water marble tested them though, and as far as I've seen, these do a marvelous job. I will link my But Do They Water Marble test down below, and I'll go ahead and get into the swatches. So first up is Tawny TNA, and this is releasing from the spring line. This is a camel toned nude. It does have a little bit of yellow in there. Really pretty. I found that it was flattering on my skin. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Tawny TNA swatched on my natural nail. So here is a one coat. From what I've seen, these have a kind of medium formula. It's not too thick or too thin. It is a little bit sheer though, so this is one that you're definitely going to want to build up. So here it is at one coat. I'll let that dry and come back in for a second coat. These polishes all did a wonderful job at self-leveling. Like seriously, you could slap it on anyway and it's going to level to be a smooth, glossy surface. With a thicker second coat, this is pretty well opaque. On some of my other nails, I did need to go in for a third coat. So here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. So you can see there these dry down super glossy. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle. Next up is Corolla Deville, and this is a very pretty blue tone pink. This is kind of a quintessential Barbie pink. That's very girly, really pretty, super flattering. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Corolla Deville swatched on my natural nail. I found that these pretty well all had this same kind of formula. It's almost acrylic. It's kind of got that squishy feel to it. One coat went on super easy, really nice, but a little bit sheer. So I will let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is a second coat. I'm going to do a little bit thicker of a second coat, and I think this is right on the edge of being opaque for me. I am going to go ahead and show you what a third coat looks like, but you can see there how well this polish really self-levels. So here is a quick third coat. This is definitely going to be personal preference. I do prefer the third coat here though, and it does for sure bring this one completely opaque for me. This is another one that dries down super glossy, so here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and once more at an angle under artificial lighting. So next up is Beats by Dre, and this is another polish that is available right now. This is my top pick. Super squishy, really gorgeous, deep burgundy color. It does look black on the nails in some lighting. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Beats by Dre swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat. This polish reminds me a little bit of like tiger's blood syrup. It does go on a little bit patchy. It's not too thick or too thin though. That's just the way that it applied. So one coat is sheer, so I'll let that dry and come back in for a second coat. So here is my second coat. I'm going to do a little bit thicker of a second coat, and I really prefer how this shade looks at two coats. You can still definitely tell that it's got some red burgundy berry tones in there. At three coats it gets a little bit dark, but I had some low spots towards my cuticles, so I am going to go ahead and show you what a third coat looks like. So here is the third and final coat, and this one does for sure build it up. This almost has a jelly type feel to it, very squishy. Looks really awesome matte too. So here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. I love how dark and vampy and just really pretty this polish is. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and once more at an angle under artificial lighting. So lastly today I have Dimepiece Desi, and this is another polish that's releasing with the spring line. This is a pink tinted jelly base with pink and silver micro glitter suspended throughout. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Dimepiece Desi swatched on my natural nail. So here is a one easy coat. You can see there that it is quite sheer, so I'm going to go in for a thicker first coat. I really prefer this polish as a topper. I have photos of how it looks topped over all the other polishes on my blog. So one coat is pretty sheer. I'll let this dry and then build it up with a second coat. So here is a second coat. Again, I'm going to go in with a little bit thicker of a second coat. Stamping this on with a sponge is of course an option as well if you're interested in that. It just absorbs some of the base and piles on that glitter onto the nail. So 2 coats is not quite opaque for me, so I'll let this dry and come back in for a third. So here is my third coat. I'm going to do a nice thick third coat here, and it was just shy of being opaque for me. I actually kind of like how it looked, but I definitely prefer this one as a topper, especially over Beats by Dre or Coral Deville. It does have that pink tinted base, so it's going to tint a little bit if you do it over a lighter color. So here is a look at the completed mani before top coat. This one does dry down fairly glossy as well. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle under artificial lighting. So really quickly, I was also sent the Intense Nail Hydration Treatment and Cuticle Oil. You do get a huge amount of this oil and it retails for $7. The packaging is super nice. It has a dropper top with a glass vial. A little bit goes a long way, so I'll go ahead and show you how it applied on my nail. I haven't tested this for a really long time, but I am pleasantly surprised with how this performs. So I'm just going to add a drop here to my cuticle, and you can see that it floods it nice and perfectly, adds all that hydration. It does absorb in fairly well. I haven't tested this for a super long time, so I haven't seen a huge improvement on my nails. It does have a light, beautiful scent. I'm going to rub it in with my finger all the way over into my skin. Even if you use artificial nails, I think a cuticle oil is a really important part of a nail care routine. If you'd like, you could also apply this with a brush and just get in right where you'd like, or swipe it across your entire nail. I also really recommend putting nail oil underneath the free edge to keep that nice and moisturized. I have noticed a huge difference in my nail once I started doing that. So that wraps up my swatch and review of some of the items I sampled from Vixen Lacquers. Again, I will link her social media and storefronts down below. If you'd like to see more photos, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I will have a Water Marble Friday up later today, so see you next time.